What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the BS Show. Brett here, and we got a huge fight we need to talk about because it is coming up in a little less than a month. We got Israel Adesanya fighting Yoel Romero, UFC 248. That is on March 7th, and it is for the middleweight strap. And when they announced this fight, I was super, super excited. I was a little tiny bit let down because Paulo Costa was supposed to get this fight, but he is battling an injury, so Yoel Romero stepped in. A lot of people didn't think Yoel Romero did not deserve this fight simply because he's coming off 2 straight losses, but I don't know who else to give Israel Adesanya at this point. He is coming off one of the biggest years, I think, that you can possibly have in MMA. I mean, UFC for sure, maybe MMA history. I mean, the guy came into the UFC and just took it over, and he did it with Fight of the Nights, Fight of the Years. He did it with just looked amazing. So let's get into it, guys. We got Yoel Romero at 13-4, 11 knockouts, 2 decisions. The dude's 42 years old, and he still looks better than ever. I mean, his body looks like a Greek god. He's super athletic, super explosive. I mean, he'll lull you to sleep and then kill you with a flying knee. Just ask Chris Weidman. But I tell you what, he is coming off 2 straight losses, but that's not saying much considering it's to Paulo Costa, which was a barn burner. And prior to that, it was to Robert Whittaker, which a lot of people actually think he won that fight. That was also for the middleweight strap. But some notable wins that this 42-year-old Greek god, Yoel Romero, has beaten. He's beaten Luke Rockhold, which is a former champion. He's beaten Chris Weidman, which is a former champion. He's beaten Ronaldo Souza, who has some of the best jiu-jitsu in the UFC, if not the world. He's beaten Lyoto Machida, who is a former champion. And he also has beaten Tim Kennedy, which, as you all know, is a Ranger Special Forces in the Army. So that dude is no slouch either. Tim Kennedy, the dude's a beast. He's retired now, but he was a beast at that time. So let's not sleep on Yoel Romero. I don't care if he's got 2, 3, 4 losses in a row. This dude brings it every time. He's tough as nails. He's durable. I mean, you can't knock this dude out. And just as soon as you think that he's gassed and tired, he'll throw something on you that you're like, where did that come from? Super, super explosive. And honestly, this is a very, very dangerous fight for Israel Adesanya. So I'm super excited about it. Now, Israel Adesanya is a different story. This dude is 18-0 with 14 knockouts, 4 decisions. Since he's been in the UFC, he's beat Robert Whittaker for the championship belt. He beat Kelvin Gastelum for the interim belt. Prior to that, he beat Anderson Silva. A lot of people consider the GOAT. He beat Derek Brunson, and he beat Brad Tavares, however you say that. You know, so he's beaten wrestlers. He's beaten strikers. He's beaten, I mean, very, very well-rounded fighters. A lot of people weren't sure about Israel Adesanya, but I think he shut everybody up to this point. So the glaring thing to me is Israel Adesanya does have a 4-inch height advantage. I probably should have looked at the reach, but I didn't even think. But he's 6'4". Yoel Romero's 6 foot, which Yoel Romero is definitely not worried about that. He's been the smaller guy, you know, a lot. So I don't think he's too worried about that. But what I want to know is how is Yoel Romero going to do with the striking and the distance that Israel Adesanya can put on you? We see Israel Adesanya has some of the best and most creative striking in the UFC, possibly in MMA. And what he does is he keeps you at bay and he picks you apart. So, I mean, his coaching down at City Kickboxing just is very, very good. What they do very, very well. And I think that shows in that gym in general. I mean, there's 3 to 4 guys down there that their striking is just on another level. Volkanovski, Dan Hooker, Israel Adesanya. I mean, it's no coincidence that all of those guys have really good striking. I mean, Volkanovski just beat Max Holloway, who a lot of people considered maybe one of the GOATs. So, I mean, Israel Adesanya is definitely very, very good. A lot of people also thought about how is he going to do with the wrestling of Yoel Romero? Well, I'll tell you what. Robert Whittaker is a great wrestler. I don't even know if he attempted a takedown. Kelvin Gastelum is a great wrestler, and I believe he's a purple or brown belt at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. And I believe he stuffed some of his takedowns, and he might have even taken him down. So I'm very, very curious how this fight's going to go down. Anytime Yoel Romero's fighting and anytime Israel Adesanya is fighting, they seem to make it exciting. So I wanted to do a real quick video on this fight. So let me know in the comments below how you guys think this will play out. What do you think is going to happen? And show us some love. Steven and I are trying to grow this channel. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can start doing some live videos and start doing some maybe live UFC events. So thank you for tuning in and have a good day.